Hi there guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Ollie Bearman Path to Greatness. Today we are here for round 5 at Imola, and we are going to try and continue our rich vein of form from the opening 4 rounds. We currently lead the championship and we're in a very good spot heading into qualifying here. We're going to jump straight into things and see if we can get 3 pole positions on the bounce. Here we are then on the run down towards turn 1, starting our lap now. This is going to be a very important first couple of corners that slingshot you on towards the end of the first sector. Through the first one, through the second one, that's all nice and clean. And crucially, we get a good exit, but we have dropped off of P1 momentarily now. So we'll see if we can pick that up later on. We're all taking very clean corners. A little bit wide there, but still should be good enough. Towards the end of the first sector now. Heading through this left-hander, we have a very tight complex of corners coming up now. As you can see, the ghost car just in front of us is the leader, so that shows how far behind we are. We're getting a little bit closer through these corners here, coming up towards the end of the second sector now. We'll see the split time when we come towards it. We look like we are getting a bit closer to that lead car though. We can't see them anymore. What will the middle sector say? And we're less than half a tenth down in P3 as it stands. We're very close potentially to another pole position. What a great run through the chicane that was. And that puts us back up into P1 for the moment. Only 2 corners left to negotiate before we hit the start-finish straight and see if we can get another pole position to our name here in the Formula 2 season. On the run up to the line now, Ollie Bearman, will he take another pole position? Yes, he will. P1 once again.
The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow where we'll be live with all the action, and until then, goodbye.
We've been in impeccable form as of late, and due to that, we have gone up in the driver rating now to a 71 rating. Hopefully, we can get somewhere near 72 by the end of this weekend. Let's jump into it.
So it's all about speed in today's sprint race then. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? It's 3.1 miles around Imola with 19 turns to master, 9 right-handers and 10 left. And note as well that Imola is one of the few tracks that's driven anti-clockwise. Keep an eye on the exit from turn 18. A good exit there leading into the circuit's only DRS zone will probably be the setup for some of today's best overtaking opportunities. And we welcome you to the Formula 2 commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes. Alongside me for this one, Alex Brundle. It is a sprint race. It is race day. How much can you take from that one-lap pace in?
Okay, as you know, this is the team's home race, which means it's extra important for everybody in this team. They've got friends here, they've got family here, they're all in the grandstands watching, so let's go and put on a good show for them.
We're here for the sprint of the Imola Grand Prix. Last time we started in P10, we took a mesmerising victory at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Can we do something similar here off the start? We're a little bit blocked in, 3 cars covering the road, but we split the 2 cars ahead of us and we're in a car sandwich at the moment. Can we make any move stick down into the first corner? We do. We're now up to P8 from P10, sniffing after P7, and we've done P7 as well. And I think that start is very similar, if not the same, as the start we had in the Baku Sprint as well. It's going fantastic for us so far, gaining so many places as we usually do on the opening lap. It is our speciality. Bearman from P10 to P7 at the moment. Now we have our teammate Vesti to look at in front of us to try and overtake him up to P6 in this sprint and progress from there if we can. As we say that though, we get really unsettled by our teammate Vesti going through those sequence of corners, and that really messes us up. But as you can see, we reclaim the position on Daruvula there to get back up now into P7, but we were heavily unsettled by Vesti, and we have lost some ground to the leading pack of cars as it stands here starting lap 2. The fight is not yet over as Daruvala decides to try and chuck it down the inside. He got a little bit unlucky there, but we maintain P7 for the moment. And skipping on now to lap 3, we're caught back up to our teammate Vesti, trying to make this very quick and very clean, sailing straight round the outside of our teammate going into the chicane. Beautiful overtake and up into P6 now with the fastest lap to our name as well. We are absolutely flying. Can we make any inroads on this top 5? They're all in a line, so it's very much possible. Next on the list for us is Dennis Hauger. And we dispatch of him in the exact same manner as our teammate Vesti, going straight round the outside at the chicane, making these overtakes look very easy there, approaching the chicane. But now we are up into P5 because of that overtake, trying to hold on against Hauger if we can. Next car up the road is Leclerc in P4. We haven't got many laps to go. We're going to have to get these overtakes done quickly if we want to progress. We're now on lap 5. And there's no other thing to say about it. We miss our braking point, somehow turn that into an overtaking opportunity, and we take it. So now steaming on past Leclerc, up into P3, up into P4, now into P3, past Pourchaire, making any small opportunity count, covering off the potential side-by-side moment there by cutting across him, and we're up into P3. So can you believe it, guys? We're in a similar position to last time out, P10 to P1 at Baku. We find ourselves P10 to P3 here in Imola, with the 2 cars ahead of Doohan and Miney as well. We are, of course, now on the final lap of the sprint, and we're chasing down Kushmini for P2, getting ever closer to the back of his car. Will we go for a run into the chicane? Nope, not quite close enough, so it will have to be one of the final corners if we want to progress up into P2 for the sprint. We're all over the back of him with 2 corners left to go. Will we get an opening for a move? We send it down the inside of Kushmini here on the penultimate corner, up into P2, and it's another brilliant result for us. P10 up to P2 for Ollie Bearman. That is as good as a win. Ollie Bearman, P2.
Okay, good job, mate. Really, really well done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
It's a superb drive. It's victory for Jack Doohan.
It might not be the same points as the feature race, but it is the same podium, and they get to wave at the fans from it.
Another race and another victory for Virtuosi as we see the drivers make their way out to the podium for the final ceremony. Superb racing out there today and a well-deserved win. There will be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you'll join us at the next race when Formula 2 returns.
That was a really strong performance from us. Lots of overtakes at different positions on the track. Puts us in a good position for the Grand Prix, starting on pole position. Let's see what we can do.
Welcome to all those joining us as we kick off another round of thrilling Formula 2 racing at Imola. So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's results with a look at the starting grid. Ollie Bearman lines up on pole position, and it's Jan Daruvala in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Martins, Iwasa, Frederick Vesti, Hauger, Leclerc, Pourchaire, Miney, Jack Doohan, Benavides, Fittipaldi, Zane Maloney, Richard Verschoor, Hadjar, Cordial, Boschong, and Roy Nissani. Stanek, Novalak, Crawford, and Juan Manuel Correa completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
We're on the grid
Okay,
now
here we
for
go.
the
I know
start
what you
of
can do.
the
Don't
Imola
let me
Grand
down.
Prix. We are hoping for another vintage start if we can. Off of the line, it is now 5 red lights and we're underway, ready to go. Lights out and away we go, and it's not a good start for us. First one of the season, we actually lose our first place of the season to Daruvala off of the start. As he goes defensive, we are going to seek an opportunity to go right round the outside. No contact, absolutely beautiful and fair racing. Back up into P1, that was crucial for us. That's the start that we wanted from this race. Little bit of a stumble off the starting line, but we make up for it going round the outside to reclaim P1. That is very, very important here at our home race for Prema as well here in Italy. So far we haven't been able to drop any of the cars behind, and we're not currently showing at this early stage the signs of strong pace that we did in the sprint race. This could be a very different race for us. We're going to have to wait and find out. Running extremely wide there over the curb. Not currently feeling settled in the car could be an issue as we head towards the end of the opening lap here in the Imola Grand Prix, leading the way at our team's home Grand Prix for Prema. Out of the final corner again, not an ideal exit. We do get a little bit of a gap over Daruvala behind, but it's definitely not ideal. We skip all the way to lap 4. It's been very stagnant, the gap from lap 1 all the way up to now, but we finally have a little bit of an issue with the DRS finally enabled. We have cars behind all over the back of us, and we're just trying to hold on if possible. There's a lot of tight, twisty corners, but there are opportunities to overtake as we displayed in the sprint already. So we're going to have to stay very alert and be very careful of potential overtakes from the cars behind. You see us now moving on to the start of lap 5, and here come the cars with the DRS from behind. We've got Daruvala now coming around the outside of us and clean through for P1 here down in turn 1. We make a slight bit of contact, but it doesn't really bother either car. Instead, we now have Iwasa up behind us. We are right on the back of Daruvala once again, coming to start lap 6 of the Grand Prix. We're in a better position. He doesn't look like he can pull away, and we can't pull away as well. It looks like we're evenly matched as we set a new... No, we don't, sorry. Daruvala sets a new fastest lap. But, yeah, it looks like it's extremely close for both of us in pace, that we just can't pull away from each other. And this is going to be a war all the way to the end of the race, constantly overtaking each other back and forth. Here now on lap 7, you can see here comes Daruvala once more to overtake. We go defensive, and we're able for the moment to just keep him at bay down into turn 1. We're trying our best to hold on at the moment, but it's very tight to the cars behind. We're all in a long line behind each other. The lead car out in front, and then all the other cars behind keeping up with that DRS. So we're not able to pull away from anyone in this race, and it's going to be overtaking fest until the end of the race. Skipping on now to the start of lap 8. Once again, you've guessed it, with the DRS. Here comes Daruvala. He's gaining all the while, but will he have enough to overtake us this time around? He's getting very, very close. He sends it up the inside, but we are able to brake slightly later, and we maintain the lead once more. Not many laps to go now at all for Daruvala to try and beat us in this Grand Prix. He's sniffing all over the back of us, and it's unsettling us a little bit as there's a mistake that's just starting to set in, but it's looking good for the moment if we can. And we're heading now onto the final lap of the Grand Prix. Still in the lead. Daruvala's not able to overtake down this particular straight. He's got very limited options left to go in this race. If we make it through the next sector, I believe it should be enough for us to grab yet another victory in the Formula 2 World Championship. Now this should be it for us. There are no proper overtaking places left apart from the chicane. If Daruvala is able to get close enough, he's gaining all the while, but it's not going to be close enough for him, and we will be able to hold on with only 2 corners left to go for yet another victory for Ollie Bearman. He's making it look extremely easy now at this point in the championship. It looks like nobody can stop him at the moment. We are victorious again in round 5 here for the Imola Grand Prix. Ollie Bearman is coming up to the line to win yet again in P1.
Fantastic drive. That's just fantastic. Amazing. You deserve that race win. Well done, mate.
He's made it all the way to the top step of the podium. Ollie Bearman takes the checkered flag.
Well, it's the team's local track, and you'd think that'd give them a little bit of an advantage, but they put on a show for the fans out there today who will be checking in on their progress.
It looks like it's time for the victory ceremony once again, as I can see the drivers beginning to make their way out for the celebrations. You can see it on their faces. It's another marvellous team win for Prema today. Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time.
And this is getting very dominant now in the championship for us. We are winning many races in a row. We are 77 points clear of our nearest rival, Daruvala. But that was such a ding-dong battle between the two of us. Really enjoyed it. And we finished only a few tenths in front. And he pushed us all the way there. And if you did enjoy this video, guys, please make sure to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll catch you very soon for the next one. Take care all. Peace.